I can't believe it. Connor Brown, he actually scored. He actually scored. In my pregame report, I said, I hope there's some chemistry between Adam Henrique and Connor Brown. And it was Evander Kane that eventually got the primary assist, but Adam Henrique also got his first point on that goal too. I could not be happier. We have our victory chain on for the post-game recap. Let's jump into it. There's lots to talk about in this game. So, first period, it was announced that Matthias Ekholm would be out with an illness, so Troy Stecher stepped in for his first game as an Oiler, and other than the 2 penalties that he took, I felt he actually played okay hockey. The expected goals for percentage for him, they don't make it look like a good game, but it's hard as a right-handed player to play on the left side in your first game with a new team. I thought Stecher did fine. So, good opening shift for the Oilers. Then they get an early 4-minute double minor power play. Draisaitl gets about 4 one-timer opportunities, and for some reason, Washington just kept leaving him wide open, and he eventually converts to make it 1-0 Edmonton. Shots were 8-0 7 minutes in for the Oilers. The Oilers get another power play. It was another high sticking penalty. And then McDavid scores. Beautiful snipe on the blocker's side. Makes it 2-0. And then Mirish, I don't know how to say his name. I'm so sorry. Here, let me just quickly pull it up. Mirish Neshnish. Oh, God. I can't say his name. Oh, I feel so bad. It's the young kid on Washington who beat cancer. He scored his first goal of his career not too long ago. I just can't pronounce his name, but he scores for Washington. He just takes a wild clapper from a bad angle. It beats Stuart Skinner to make it 2-1. Power play for Washington, and then Washington ties it. It was McMichael. It was 2 goals on the first 2 shots of the game for Washington. We were tied at 2, but Stuart Skinner, like he's done all season, gives up a couple early goals, but then he absolutely locks things down for the rest of the game. Hyman responds right away after the 2-2 goal to make it 3-2 for Edmonton. That was his 44th of the season. Shots for 12-2 Oilers 16 minutes into the period, and then Stuart Skinner, he makes his first save of the period on Alex Ovechkin. He dives across his crease to absolutely rob Ovi. It was his first save for the period. At the end of one, it was 3-2 Edmonton. The shots were 12-5 for the Oilers, and the expected goals, Washington held a slight edge. It was 1.4 to 1.33. Now, in the second period, Kubel hits the post early. Washington then gets a power play. It was Stecher. He ended up getting one for tripping. Janmark with a shorthanded chance. It was a nice play by Henrique to get him to the puck. Janmark just couldn't really get a shot off there. Skinner then makes another nice save on Ovechkin, and that seems to be the story tonight between Skinner and Ovi. Stuart Skinner turned into prime Dominik Hasek against Alex Ovechkin tonight. You love to see it. It was another strong save on Ovechkin. I thought the penalty kill looked good. Other than the first goal that they gave up on their first penalty kill, the Oilers' penalty kill played terrific tonight. Hyman was robbed in front. Stecher made a good play in the D zone. Fourth line with a good shift for Edmonton. And then Corey Perry had a chance all alone in front, and he was robbed. And then I wrote it was kind of a slow period. Now, it was fast-paced in terms of like the amount of skating going on, but there wasn't a whole lot of like chances, if that kind of makes sense. And then Hyman, just as I had written that down, makes it 4-2 for the Oilers. That is his 45th of the season. Great pickoff by Nugent Hopkins in the neutral zone. He fed it over to Hyman on the right side. Hyman snipes it and makes it 4-2 Edmonton. And then TJ Oshie is called for cross-checking with 1:36 left. And then Bouchard with an absolute bomb, 94 miles per hour, scores. Now, it was originally credited to Bouchard, but Hyman eventually got credited with the hat-trick goal, bringing him up to 46 on the season. Oilers then took a penalty with 38 seconds to play. That was Stecher's second penalty of the game. Score 5-2 Edmonton after 2. Shots were 22-15 Oilers, and the expected goals were 2.8 to 2.27 in favor of Washington. So Washington, they were controlling play at 5-on-5, but the Oilers' power play was lethal tonight. That first unit, they were 0 for their last 20. Going into tonight. Now, the power play itself was 0 for its last 8, and it was really struggling. That road trip, it did not perform well, but it was really good to see it do a good job tonight and be a difference maker for the team. Oilers kill off 2 power plays early in the third. Special teams, the difference in the game. I had that written down. And then Brown takes a big hit to get the puck to Evander Kane. Now, I made a note of that because Connor Brown, he wasn't having the best game in terms of generating chances, but he was grinding away. And I wanted to write that down because I just had a feeling. And then Foegele was denied on a one-timer, but then he eventually scores in the same shift. It was a tic-tac goal from Draisaitl to McLeod to Foegele in front, makes it 6-2 Edmonton. And then not long after, Henrique gets the puck to Evander Kane. Kane skates in with Brown driving the net. Evander Kane throws the puck towards Connor Brown, and it goes off of Connor Brown and into the net. And the crowd went absolutely berserk. That is the just craziest I've seen Rogers Place crowd go other than during a playoff game. And the crowd was incredible. They were chanting Connor Brown's name. They gave him a standing ovation. I absolutely loved it. Oilers fans, seriously, you are the absolute best. And Connor Brown, I'm very happy. And this isn't me just like being sarcastic. I'm actually incredibly happy for Connor Brown. That was Henrique's first point as an Oiler as well. So we love that from Henrique. Skinner then makes a good save on Milano. And then he made an absolutely unbelievable save on Alex Ovechkin again. That was his third or fourth save on Ovi in the game. And Ovechkin couldn't believe it. He was looking up to the sky. Arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest goal scorer in NHL history, and Stuart Skinner absolutely shut the door on Ovechkin. Foegele was stopped by Kemper, Skinner with a flurry of saves late, and then Zach Hyman with a minute and a half left in the game was credited officially with the hat trick in-house, so the fans threw the hats on the ice, and there was a bit of a delay to the game. So that was his 46th goal of the season. I believe he has now tied Sam Reinhart for second in the entire NHL in goals, and he's only 7 behind Austin Matthews, so who knows? 7 or 8 behind Matthews. I actually don't remember what Matthews is at. He's at 53 or 54. End of the third period, 7-2 Oilers. Shots were 37-25 Edmonton. Stuart Skinner finished with a .920 save percentage and 2.81 goals saved above expected. That is key. Stuart Skinner has been playing terrific hockey lately, and I'm very confident with him right now. The expected goals for the entire game in all situations, 4.8 to 3.2 in favor of Washington. Now, the Oilers, they improved to 24-1 on home ice under Chris Knoblauch, which is outrageous. I mean, that's an outrageous record just in general. So Chris Knoblauch, he loves having the home ice advantage. He loves having last change, and hopefully that continues once we get into the playoffs. Draisaitl finishes with 4 points. Hyman finishes with the hat trick. Connor McDavid had 3 points, Brown with his first goal, Henrique with his first point. It was a terrific night. If you were at the game, I wish I was there. I know a few of you in the pregame report, you mentioned you were at the game tonight, so I hope you had a ton of fun. It looked like an absolute blast tonight. My 3 stars. Now, this one's kind of tricky, so I'm giving first star to Connor Brown tonight because he has just worked his butt off. He does what he's asked all the time, and you haven't seen him complain about anything to the media. You haven't seen him get down on himself, and the fact that he scored tonight, I'm giving him first star. Second star, I will give to Stuart Skinner just because of his individual performance on Ovechkin. And then third star, I'm going to give it to Zach Hyman. He gets another hat trick this season. He has goals on home ice in 10 straight games. The only other Oiler to accomplish that feat was Wayne Gretzky. So we love that for Zach Hyman. Next up for the Oilers, they are at home versus the Colorado Avalanche. Hockey night in Canada on Saturday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I cannot wait for that game. Colorado Avalanche are a team that could eventually meet in the playoffs. I believe it would have to be conference finals. I'm not sure on the playoff format. Don't quote me on that. I'm looking forward to the regular season matchup. It'll be the first time that McKinnon and McDavid have faced each other this season. And usually Colorado and Edmonton games, they're very high octane, and I am very much looking forward to it. What did you guys think of the game tonight? I want to know all of your thoughts. I want to know how exciting it is, how you thought when Connor Brown scored his first goal. Let me know all of your game day thoughts in the comments section below. And as always, if you like this video, make sure you hit like. If you really liked it, make sure you hit subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow in the day after discussion. I appreciate you tuning in. As always, thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night.